15.
Could we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance for the council meeting for June 19th, 2018? Place your right hand over your heart. Ready to begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll for the Successor Agency and Housing Authority, the Finance Authority, Parking Authority, and the City Council of Englewood?
Mayor Quorum is present for the City Council, Successor Agency, and Housing Authority.
Any persons wishing to address City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, on any item of today's agenda may do so at this time. Hearing no comment. No, I saw you look around, Ms. Sobrano, please.
Yes, I thought the lady was going to come up here and I wasn't going to interrupt her, remember? I grew up during the days of watching the fictional town of Mayberry where people were courteous. And keep in mind, it was fictional. Englewood was never fictional. It's been on the map since 1888. With regards to items number 6 and 7, I find it really offensive that you choose to reduce the rates for billboards, and yet you're not doing that for our community members getting their outrageous fees for the park and recreation programs, having to pay higher fees for building and whatever improvements, but you're reducing billboard fees. And yet at the same time, on the flip side of that, on 01, you're increasing several salaries which are already significantly higher than the United States Secretary of Defense, Secretary of the Interior, all the cabinet members of the United States, and several of the general counsels and undersecretaries of the United States NASA. That's, the people who go up in space. But you somehow think that our little 9-square-mile city has many more dramas in it than dealing with departments of the interior. So we, the residents, have to pay higher, while your corporate friends and donors pay lesser. That's offensive. Oh, and I guess the protest outside, you kind of missed it. Those are residents of this community that you completely disregarded with regards to the gosh no comment 987 that will be before the Environmental Committee in Sacramento on Wednesday without opportunity of public comment. Those are residents that you should be serving rather than abusing.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood, California. I think we're a charter city, I believe. I believe that we have 5 people on the dais to operate this city. I don't think we have to pay our employees according to what they do back in Mississippi or New York or any place else. We pay our employees what these 5 people decide that's fair, and I support the council. I don't think they would pay anybody salary that's not earning it. And if the people here in this, get a raise and pay, they just evidently they deserve it. And I don't see why people want to complain about, problem is they're just jealous. They want more money themselves. And I support this council and staff and everybody. Keep up the good work. The city is blooming like a flower, proving that what you guys done are right on time. Absolutely, I'm proud of you. And, keep up the good work. 53 years in the beautiful city of Englewood. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Jim Vaughn. I live in Inglewood. I want to talk to you one thing about these pay raises that was mentioned today. I happen to know that we have now able to maintain our police officers where we used to be losing them to other cities because we couldn't pay them the money we need to pay them. So I support the pay raises for the police officers and any other people that's doing their job in the proper way.
Okay, we'll close public comment. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Move allow payments.
Madam City Clerk.
Housing Authority members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Butts.
Aye. Consent calendar items 2 through 7.
So moved. Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. 01.
Staff report recommending the adoption of ordinance number 18-007, updating the salary ordinance for fiscal year 2017 through 2018, introduced last week, June 12, 2018.
Motion to waive further reading?
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. 02.
Move for adoption?
Second.
Madam Clerk, we're still on 01. Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir. Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. Now we're on to 02.
Staff report recommending the adoption of ordinance number 18-08 to reduce the hours of operation and enforcement of the parking meters located at the Crenshaw Imperial Branch Library parking lot, introduced last week, June 12, 2018.
Motion to waive further reading?
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye.
Move adoption. Second.
That's moved by District 1, second by District 4. Madam Clerk.
Council members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. DR1 and H3.
Staff report presenting the fiscal year 2016 through 2017 basic financial statement, Aqmd report, and single audit report.
Wait, hold on a second.
Oral presentation.
Is there a brief oral presentation?
Yes.
Go ahead, Ms. Wakey.
Thank you, Mayor and members of the council. Brian Gruber from LSL, our independent audit firm, is here. But before he presents to you, I'd like to just take a brief moment to thank the mayor and council for your support over these years. And just to let you know, this year it was a very good job done by the accounting staff. All of our audit reports were completed before the due dates. And I just wanted to give you a little background over the last several years. The group, the accounting department, is in the back. I just wanted to acknowledge them. They have helped as a team to address over 63 audit findings. We found this year we only had 4. None of them were major significant financial impacts. They were more compliance. And I just wanted to take the time to acknowledge the staff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. And we've come a long ways from when I came to this council. We were really behind on our audits, and now we're all caught up, and I want to compliment the staff as well. Thank you. Receive and file the City of Englewood's basic financial statements. Oh, that
Do
was
you have
it.
any questions for the auditor? He's here.
That was the presentation. but if you guys had any question for the auditors.
I do have a comment, Mayor.
Yes, Councilman Franklin.
So when I was reading some of the items for curing corrections, there was a area of raise regarding the lack of procedures and controls, particularly being done in a timely manner. Now that has brought to our light, have we put procedures in order to rectify that?
We have put many procedures in place. In fact, as I mentioned before, this year we have 4 audit findings. 3 of them were basic compliance findings with reporting with some of our grants. All of the findings in the past that had to do with internal controls and lack of procedures or timely reconciliations have all been resolved.
Thank you, because I was concerned when you're dealing with federal dollars, particularly CDBG, they have a mandate, you must meet these certain requirements. And I'm
Right.
glad that we're now having internal procedures and processes so that will not have that become an issue in the future.
That's correct.
Thank you, Mayor.
Comment by District 2.
Yeah, thank you. This report, you can tell by reading it how involved it was and how attention to detail. You know, they say the devil's in the details, and so you guys really dug down and dug deep. And it was just good to see in those 4 areas that they found that we need to be able to make some adjustments, that we've already started moving in that direction to make those adjustments and working through the city manager's office and our CFO, Mr. Esparza, to get that done. So thank you for that. Thank you for putting together a great report. And it's just really good to know that we're in a better shape than we were a few years ago, and we continue to head in the right direction. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Quagey. So we'll receive and file that report. A1,
Thank you, Mayor. There's no other reports from the city attorney's office.
CM1,
Or reports from the city manager's office.
CC1,
No report, Mayor. Thank you.
CT1.
Just a brief comment regarding, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, household debts increased by $63 billion to $13.21 trillion in the first quarter of 2018. And just to give you the balances of the debt, the mortgage debt is now at $8.94 trillion. Student loans at $1.41 trillion, auto loans $1.23 trillion, credit card $815 billion, home equity credit line $436 billion, total of $13.21 trillion. The delinquency rate on debt balances 90 days or more for mortgages improved to 1.2%. Student loans declined to 10.7%. Auto loans edged higher to 4.3%, and credit cards rose 8.0%. With the Fed action to increase the Fed rate by 25 basis points, now up to 2%, major banks reacted immediately by increasing the prime lending rate to 5%. And with 2 more potential rate hikes through the end of the year, loans will become more expensive and money will continue to be drained from the system. That's just a household update. That concludes my comments.
Thank you very much. CSA2, Successor Agency is already open.
Approval of the minutes for the Successor Agency meeting held May 15, 2018.
Madam Clerk.
Successor Agency members Dotson, Padilla, Morales, Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. CSA3.
Staff report recommending approval to request that the Oversight Board for the Successor Agency of the former Englewood Redevelopment Agency adopt a resolution directing the Successor Agency to implement the State of California Department of Finance approved long-range property management plan as amended with respect to the long-term use and disposition of the LAX noise mitigation properties B-1.1 through the including B-3 representing parcels 1 through the including 13, subject to the applicable disposition requirements of the Federal Aviation Administration grant agreements and Los Angeles World Airports letter agreement.
Move approval. Second.
Madam Clerk.
Successor agency members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. Well, during the Successor Agency, the Housing Authority is already in session. H2.
Approval of the minutes for the Housing Authority meeting held on May 15, 2018.
Move approval. Second.
Madam Clerk.
Housing Authority members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales. Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Buds.
Aye. We'll adjourn the Housing Authority. Public comments. Person wishing to address City Council on any matter connected with city business not elsewhere considered on the agenda, not elsewhere considered, may do so at this time. 1 minute.
Yes, here we go. Once again, I'm going to point out that most council meetings throughout, whether they're charter cities or any other city in this country, actually have staff reports that give information other than that which is on the internet downstairs in an office that is closed every other Friday, and allow the community actually involve in a meaningful way what's going on. You're absolutely right. We are not acting in the way that most of the U.S. does act, because clearly we are in a dictatorship, by my opinion. And it is clear that all across America, different people do decide what different people are paid. However, that is usually in a business, not in a government entity. And by the way, government shouldn't be telling businesses who they should or should not hire, and we, the people, should not be paying for those oversteppings of authority.
Okay, we'll close public comment if no one's going to come forward. Okay, Mr. Parker.
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council, and staff. The last time I heard about a forensic examination of finances of Englewood was when Mr. Mike Stevens was sitting on the dais. From what I understand from the financial report that was given, there were some mistakes that were made that were corrected. I think we need outside people to come in and look at these books, because those many mistakes and then to have them all corrected all at one time seems a little strange. So I would think that we would have to have a forensic audit of the Englewood finances.
Thank you, Ms. Sly. It took a number of years, and these were outside people.
Alfonso Parker Jr., Vietnam veteran, 66, 67, conscious objector. Everybody knows who I am. Just the other day, Navy will not reveal disgraced officers. Secret VA nursing health prop rates are atrocious. Documents, public files, you're not allowed to see, but they process them. This is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. This is treason. Anybody that tells you that it's none of their business at our level, the people kick it upstairs is federal. This country is our country, not federal government, not these people we pay, Tom and Thomasina's, to represent us, who misrepresent us. They need to go to jail. They can tell us if you see something, hear something, tell somebody. That trickles up and trickles down, ladies and gentlemen. You need to know that. And what these people are doing, they all need to be tried for treason, civilians as well, okay? That's what the situation is. I'm here to tell you, they're after your next generation.
Thank you, Ms. Parker.
Don't let them have them.
Mr. Parker, thank you very much.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. The next time one of your people hit me up with a VA card talking about who they are.
Hello, my name is Michael Wilson, and I am with the Uplift Englewood Coalition. We are a coalition of residents, faith groups, local businesses, and community organizations working together to ensure the vision of Englewood's future includes and benefits everyone, especially the most vulnerable. Today, our coalition is supported by local residents, the Social Justice Learning Institute, the Youth Justice Coalition, Holy Faith Episcopal, Clue, LA Voice, and 9 to 5 California. We want to ensure secure housing for working families, safer neighborhoods, and community-centered developments. We also organize for sustainable community investment that addresses the rising cost of rent and housing prices. Our members are here today to talk about the changing priorities. Thank you very much. I am also here to ask for that responsibility. This here is me, along with Uplift Coalition, serving you, the Honorable James T. Butts with a lawsuit on behalf of the people, asking that you cease and desist on all using any city advertisement.
Mr. Wilson,
oh no, you
Mr.
can
Wilson,
give this too.
Mr.
This is
Wilson,
also
you're
for the city
done. No,
manager,
what you'll
city
do-
attorney as well.
No, you won't.
And also, no, this is a legal binding documentation.
You can take it down to the clerk's office. Now,
Oh no, we can do this here. We know how to.
would you-
Oh, you can serve them.
This-
You can in front of everyone. We can follow the
Miss-
law.
Mr. Wilson?
We can follow the law.
Okay,
Right?
you know what?
as y'all see.
We're adjourned. We're adjourned. Thank you.